Lorenzo Hood taking on Shelton Digger Graves for the heavyweight strap here at GPG 22. I'm not expecting this one to go all 5 rounds, Jackson. I'm just going to call that one.
You know, Shelton Graves has a style that could take it 5 rounds. Lorenzo Hood has a style that could take it 5 seconds. So you never know how these things are going to go. But there's just combined about 500 pounds of power in the cage right now. This is going to be a very violent display here in the GPG cage at GPG 22. You know, Shelton Graves doing his thing, weathering that storm, getting into the cage. This is his textbook gravedigger here. That cage control, not very fun to watch, but very effective at shutting people down. And that really saps a lot of energy out of you if you have to fight your way off the cage. Big knees for Lorenzo Hood.
Neither fighter wasting any time. Very scrappy for a heavyweight contest this early in the fight.
I like what I see so far. It's pretty cool. Entertaining here, but you know, can these guys keep up a pace like this? Lorenzo Hood giving up his back so early. He did a good job of getting back to his feet, but not looking like he really knows too much about jiu-jitsu on the ground here.
Like we were saying, Shelton Graves is doing what Shelton Graves does. Smothering his opponent, staying on top of him, not letting him get an inch or a breath of air.
It's hard to see. Oh, it looks like Lorenzo Hood has that Kimura locked up, but ending up on the bottom in that takedown. Just a little bit too wild with this application. Great for Shelton Graves here. If he can establish a little bit more control, really start to starch out Lorenzo Hood on the bottom, flatten him out, get him to stop moving a little bit. This could be a very profitable round for Shelton Digger Graves.
Shelton Graves in side control right now. Let's see how Lorenzo Hood can recover from this.
Shelton moving into knee on belly, but giving Lorenzo just a little bit too much space there. Hood bucking, but unable to get back to his feet or recover guard. Shelton Graves taking a more measured approach here, using that weight, using that shoulder pressure here to just keep his opponent starched out and flat. You can see Graves circling to north-south, looking like he's looking to set up that north-south choke, but you'll notice Hood's chin is not yet notched in on the ribs, making this very ineffective here for Shelton Graves to apply that choke fully. But when you're 260 pounds, it doesn't take a lot of proper technique to smother somebody out with a choke.
Definitely an uncomfortable position for Lorenzo Hood.
Shelton has to make some very calculated moves here to keep Lorenzo Hood on his back, and he does so rolling him back onto his shoulders. You'll notice that both of Hood's shoulders are on the mat. That is a very bad position for him when he does not have any sort of guard.
Some might not find the smothering style of Shelton Graves too aesthetically pleasing, but it's very beneficial. The judges see it, and it weighs heavily on them.
You know, when you're 12-2 with 12 first-round knockouts, there's really not evidence out there that you need to have much of a ground game, but this may be a wake-up call to Hood. He has nothing on the ground for Shelton Graves, and this could spell the end for him in this GPG heavyweight title bout.
1 minute left in this first round of the GPG heavyweight title contest. Shelton Digger Graves and Lorenzo Hood. Shelton on top in north-south position right now, and Lorenzo Hood, yeah, he has 12 first-round knockouts, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen for him tonight.
We got 5 rounds, though, and if Shelton Graves does not finish this fight within the next 35 seconds, Hood will have another opportunity all over again to let those fists fly. It is exhausting to fight off your back like this, especially when you got 260 pounds of just athlete athlete on top of you, just smashing you out. This is not a fun position for Lorenzo Hood, and we'll see if it takes some of the pop out of his punches going into that second round.
10 seconds left. Lorenzo Hood looking to stand up. Does so, but Shelton Graves drags him back down to the ground to close the opening stanza of this title contest. Lorenzo Hood and Shelton Graves, Digger Graves.
Hood very slow to get to his corner here. He looks exhausted. That is a real shot in the arm there for Shelton Digger Graves. What could be more motivating than just seeing your opponent scrape himself off the floor?
All right, Jackson, let's check a replay from the first round of this title contest.
I mean, here's the first round in a nutshell. Some big knees and aggressive, explosive strikes from Lorenzo Hood, but once Shelton was able to get a nice solid takedown, he was able to stay on top. A failed standing Kimura attempt here from Lorenzo Hood spelled the end of the first round for him. Shelton Graves just did a great job staying on top, grinding out, and keeping Hood on his back. A little bit more action there in the first round. Hood did make it up to his feet, but was quickly put back down. If I was Shelton Graves' coaches, I would just say do more of the same, get it to the ground. We'll see if Hood has any stamina left going into the second round. He does not look ready for the bell.
And in between rounds, the doctors were taking a close look at Lorenzo Hood, but out of the cage now, getting ready for this second round of the heavyweight title contest. Shelton Graves, Digger Graves, and Lorenzo Hood. Fighters touch gloves, back to action. Shelton wastes no time jumping on Lorenzo Hood.
As well he should. Big double leg takedown off the fence. Hood has his back against the cage. We are right here, right in front of the action. Some big guys in front of us, Adam. This is not a good position for Lorenzo Hood. He does not have much in the way of defense for Shelton's ground and pound.
And Shelton's throwing some heavy leather right in front of us.
Referee Liam Kerrigan keeping a close eye on the action here. That is not a good sign for Lorenzo Hood when the ref is hovering over you, making sure that you're not too damaged to continue.
Jackson, I can feel the vibrations coming from Shelton Graves' punches. This heavyweight has some power.
Shelton really needs to posture himself up. Well, that is
it. Our main event is over. Shelton Graves, Digger Graves does enough to get the stoppage over Lorenzo Hood, capturing the GPG heavyweight title. Lorenzo Hood does not look happy about it in the least.
Hood a little confused about that decision, questioning referee Kerrigan, but
let's check out a replay real quick, Jackson.
You see Shelton Graves on top, landing some elbows. Hood, again, the criteria here is whether or not the person is intelligently defending themselves. I'm not sure if referee Kerrigan saw something different than what we saw, but it's hard to tell what was going through the ref's mind. He may have seen something we didn't see, but I think definitely an early stoppage from what I can tell. That would be my opinion.
Yeah, it looked like an early stoppage. I'm not a referee. To me, it looked like the point of Shelton Graves' elbow hit Lorenzo Hood's eye and made him wince a little bit, and then it seemed to trigger the referee to step in. But I'm not in there firsthand. I can't really call it.
From what I can hear, it sounds like perhaps there was an alleged verbal submission here. Again, the New Jersey State Athletic Commission, one of the premier athletic commissions in the United States of America.
All right, we will be right back at GPG 22 with our official results for our heavyweight contest.
Due to verbal submission, out of the blue corner, the Gravedigger, Shelton Graves!
A controversial decision here. Lorenzo Hood protesting the alleged verbal submission, but flawless execution of the game plan here by Shelton, the new heavyweight champion of GPG.
All right, let's hear from our champion, Shelton the Grave Digger Graves. Let's throw it up to Bob Maloney. Bob?
Okay, I'm here. I'm going to dub you tonight the hardest working man in MMA because you have the biggest lunch pail I have ever seen. You bring it to the cage, you go to work, one of the hardest workers I've seen. You use your body for great leverage. Tell us how you feel right now. Second round stoppage. You're the champ.
I feel good. Most of all, thank God, first of all, because without him, I'm nothing. I did through all this with these struggles. They gave everybody titles, fighting 6-0 guys. I fought a girl that was 12-2 with all knockouts. I came here and took care of business. I want to thank the Lord Jesus Christ, my Savior. I want to thank my teammates at Top Flight. I want to thank T. Lorenzo for giving me that jiu-jitsu. I want to thank my man down Free MMA. Helped me out, my man Johnny Curtis. He's the man helping my wrestling. And first of all, I want to thank my family and friends, including my beautiful, gorgeous wife, Charity Graves. We did it, baby. We did it. All that sacrifice, we did it. I love you, Lord. I love you, Twitter.
That's the hardest working man in MMA, the heavyweight GPG champion, the gravedigger, Shelton Graves.
All right,